No, I do not. She just vanished. It is incredible how I was just eating a piece of fruit and I turned left to put it down in my cup. I looked at the screen. I thought Seb had maybe moved the camera. I looked back at the termite mound. She was gone. She played tricks on us. I found a leopard in the road. What is that? What is that about? Who's that, Seb? Well, there we go. If I wasn't paying attention, who is this? I don't know this leopard. Viewers, can anyone tell me who this is? Some of you know how to look at the bum of these animals. Is this perhaps Kuchava? I've never seen her before. Is that? I think that's a female, Seb.
Yeah, I think so too.
How marvelous, though. No, not Hukumuri. It's not big enough. Kirsten, don't know if you want to ask Tris to come down Guaripan Road. Could that be Hukumuri? This looks like a female. This looks like a female to me, but I can't be sure at the moment. It's a very relaxed individual. It's not Tandy. Anybody out there? I know some of you are very good at looking at the backside of a leopard and telling us who it is. Don't know how you do it. But how fantastic. I must just talk more nonsense next time. Okay. There's 3 spots on the right. So that is the easiest way to find a leopard, ladies and gentlemen. And don't look 100% where you're going. And it'll lay there in the road. No. Kirsty, you saying Hosana? My favourite leopard, could it be? Ladies and gentlemen, James Richard has confirmed this is Hosana. He's spotted something. Sorry, he spotted something. Oh, James Richard thinks it might be Hosana.
Yeah, it's a male.
It is a male, because I can see his testicles. 3 spots. It could be Hosana, ladies and gentlemen. Seb, he's come back to say hello to him. But he looks like he... Oh, no, he's going to show us. Here we go. Hello. Is it you? Is it really you? Is it really you? Hosana? Come on, give us a look. It is a young male, that's for sure. I mean, it kind of... But Seb was getting me a bit confused, thinking it was a male, but it didn't look very big and very strong. But it's definitely a young male. 3 spots on the right, that is correct for Hosana. Is it him? It looks like him. Hello, young sir. Who? I spoke about him earlier. Someone asked me about Hosana. I said it earlier. I said Tandi's out of... Hosana's out of the picture, so now Tandi's the superstar. How's that possible? How is that possible? And we were heading back north, and I said to Seb, no, we're not going to... Let's go this way. And that's that gut that happens inside of you, ladies and gentlemen. Hosana, because I almost said something before when I said Hosana... FC's got goosebumps. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in FC, there are more goosebumps about to come because he is the beautiful, beautiful little chief. But what I was going to say is that Tandi is becoming my most favourite leopard, purely because we see her all the time. But those words hadn't even come out of my mouth earlier when Tandi disappeared. And I'd said that Tandi has become the star because Hosana has disappeared off the scene. And what are the chances that he just materializes here up in the northeastern parts of Djuma? I've never seen him in this area. He generally spent a lot of time around the dam area. Oh, I am so happy to be bringing tears to all of your eyes, in a good way, of course, in a good way, because this is a very special moment. I'm still trying to collect myself. Are you all sure? I think it is. He hasn't quite given... What are you looking at, boy? There's a Franklin in the road coming towards him. He's trying to make himself go flat. We might see him pounce on a Franklin. Well, Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be joined by Tristan. He's on a bit of a private drive at the moment, so he'll be very excited. He has not seen Hosana since... When was the last time he saw him? Some time ago. But Hosana's ears are flat, folks. He's looking intently. There are some francolin, maybe 10 to 12 meters from him. And they don't know that he's here. I don't want to move at all, because the birds might fly away. I do want to make a space for Tristan to pull in a second, but he's not quite here. Now, how those francolin can't see him? He's a leopard lying in the middle of the road. Well, we nearly didn't see him, Seb. Tristan is coming. He is going to be so excited. You can see Hosana started to try and place his back legs. Come right up next to me here, Trist. He's looking at some francolin, Trist. There's Tristan. I don't think he heard me. That's okay. Hosana's looking at Tristan. Hosana's looking at Tristan and Ferg. And look how excited he is. Look at his face. Yes. I don't know who's more excited. I think Tristan is more excited. Yeah, I think he got that. Kirst. I think he knew. He was like, well, when he looked up, he saw the camera glaring at him. Well, folks, the francolin have not spotted him yet. They're just plucking around in the grass on the side of the road there. They're still a little bit too far away from him. But it would be very interesting to see if he tried to catch a francolin. We're a little bit of an hors d'oeuvre for him. I don't really know what to say. He's come from... Oh, there we go. He's going to stalk. Is he going to stalk? Come on. Show us what you've got. You beautiful cat. There he is. That's definitely him. I know that face very, very well. Now he's back on the property. We don't know when he arrived, and there must be some new smells for him in and around. So he's going to spend some time moving around and trying to figure out who's the newcomers in the area. He's probably going to smell of his dad is still around and be looking straight at that francolin, and it has no idea that he's there. Maybe he's tried it already and they are quite happy that he's not close enough to them. I don't know. But that just goes to show that a francolin can be 15, 20 yards away from a leopard and it won't be shouting. You're seeing it right here, folks. Oh, he's tired. Time to get up and go for a walk. Oh, happy birthday to those of you out there. I am super happy to be able to provide this gift for you. A little bit selfish myself because I'm claiming it too for myself. Seb and I were just claiming what a great afternoon we've had. It's just been super, super epic. There we go. He's starting to stalk up. And I was wondering what could be better than what we've had. And, well, there we go. Nothing, in my opinion, beats seeing Hosana after not seeing him for, I think you said sometime in May, Kirst. That's a very long time. He's busy stalking. Look at the very nice pose. I'm not going to move. Francolin might just be a little bit too far out of reach. He's going to try. I had him a few months ago killing a scrub bear very close to my vehicle. Maybe he's tired of the fame and glory he's been getting down in the Singhi area. All of you, and especially for those of you who are having a birthday today, of course that is what happened. Your birthday wishes have been answered. Look, he's getting comfortable in a little muddy wallow. We had the Unkuhuma Pride drinking out of that muddy wallow quite a few months ago, and not long after that Craig and I followed them into the thickets here. We're going to move up now, seeing as he's gotten more comfortable. Craig and I followed them into the thickets. Okay, well, I know James Hendry is going to be quite excited about our find. Let's go and see and hear his thoughts.
Well, James, I didn't do anything. I've just come to where Steve and Seb have done a sterling effort today, and well, between you and Steve and everybody else, that we found 2 generations of Karula's lineage, which is absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that we've got Hosana is just one of the most insane things, and couldn't be a better sort of kind of return. And at the time that he's come back is just absolutely awesome. To come back from Mara, and kind of, I've been hoping that we would see him or Tamba come back, and the fact that he's here as though he never left is just one of the most insane things, and so super exciting that he is here. Hopefully this is going to be a sign of him sticking around a little bit longer. Hopefully Tingana is not going to spoil the party and chase him away, but it is absolutely epic to have Hosana back with us here on Djuma. It really is very cool. And I was saying that we have a situation where Tamba might come back too, because Tamba is really not far at all. I got an update this morning that he's just off our western boundary and has been slowly heading east over the last few days. So who knows if he's going to arrive back. Can you imagine if both the young boys arrive back in this area? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move forward a little bit so that we can just see if we can get his face, because he's facing away from us at the moment. So I'm going to try and... No, he's going to decide that he's going to walk if we move. So he's already learned from his great-grandmother, Safari, who every time he used to start a vehicle, so she would move, and it seems as though he is watching something. Where he is now is a good place, though. He's in this little ditch, and so he can hide himself away and watch what's going on. But look at that posture, and look how big he's gotten. He's massive. He's got these big shoulders that have developed now. He really has bulked out quite a bit. He's looking phenomenally good. So, you know, we always wonder about the young boys, and we always wonder how they're going to fare when they're on their own. But Hosana is, I mean, as from day one, has really just taken to single adult life, probably as good as any leopard ever could. What are you doing, boy? Who are you stalking? Look at him. He's definitely stalking something. He's positioned himself so that he's got himself in the right place to watch whatever it is, and there's a game path that comes right down here. So I don't know if there's something that is coming down towards him, but he is definitely stalking something at this stage. His ears are picked up. He really is in a place where he's going to hopefully sort of provide us with an epic hunt. But this is absolutely amazing. Now, I believe a lot of you are saying hopefully Tamba arrives back just to kind of complete a wonderful sort of few weeks of leopard activity on Djuma. It's absolutely insane. Now, Kirsty, you say you see a Franklin. Well, it is Hosana, and so Franklins are in trouble when he is around. He obviously is not shy to go after anything. He always is chasing things around. Remember when we had him killing an Egyptian goose? So he does not shy away from even birds. Although I see lately he's been trying to target bigger animals and has been kind of going after things like impalas and duiker and various other things and trying to hunt those. And as he's growing bigger, obviously he's going to need more of those meals than he is going to need things like Franklins. But he's definitely interested in whatever it is. If it is a Franklin, well, Franklin's about to have a very bad day, because either it's going to be caught and be killed, or it's going to have a situation where the sort of life is going to be frightened out of it as a spotted blur bursts towards it, and it has to try and get out the way. So we should see something pretty interesting either way from it. But, I mean, you couldn't have scripted this any better in terms of having our boy showing up. Is just, I don't know, it's one of those amazing things. And now it makes sense as to what Tandi's response was earlier, that she was running back in this direction. I think that she may have heard Hosana or seen Hosana and kind of ran this way, and maybe that's why her behavior changed so much. But where has he come from? I just have no idea exactly which way he must have come from. For me, being where he is right now, I have this opinion that he might have come in from Buffelshoek side. We did have tracks for a male leopard coming in a few days ago from Triple M Gowrie Main, and I know that the last time Hosana was seen before that had been south of Arathusa Camp, and so those tracks make sense that if it was his. And I wonder if he just didn't go all the way northwards and then cut into Buffelshoek, and then has now come out of Buffelshoek towards Buffelshoek Dam, which we know Hosana used to enjoy spending time there, and now he's kind of moving his way back down to Chitwa Dam. I wouldn't be surprised if Hosana tomorrow morning is at Chitwa Dam. It's not that far from where we are. I mean, it is a walk, but I wouldn't be surprised if he heads there and we find him on that side. But either way, I mean, it is just ridiculous that we've managed to come across our favorite little boy of Djuma. I suppose we can't call him a little boy anymore. He's really sort of filling out, and he's becoming a fine-looking male leopard, that's for sure. Absolutely amazing. And he looks in really good condition. There's no sign of any cuts or scrapes or anything like that. It's absolutely very cool. Right, now, I don't want to take away any shine from the person that did all the hard work to find Hosana, and so I'm going to back out of this, and I'm going to leave Steve to Hosana. Also, I don't want to disturb him too much, and there are other vehicles around, so I'm going to carry on, and we'll leave you guys with Steve and the beautiful little prince.
Well, thanks very much, Tristan. Very interesting. The very hard work that we put in. Decision was made to, instead of go left, go right. There he is. And that is what we did. And that is as much hard work as we did for the afternoon. And that is what we often talk about. It's all about luck and a bit of a gut feel. And the gut feel is what provides these sort of things. And when you don't find something, then the gut feel was just maybe a bit off, or maybe it was right. And like Tandy, for example, disappearing like that, maybe something was there moments before. But I think a lot of it's got to do with the fact that I spoke about Hosana only moments before, what must have been 10 minutes earlier, about how Tandy has really stolen the limelight from him, because he was, in my opinion, constantly on camera, and miraculously out of nowhere he has arrived on the scene. I'm still absolutely gobsmacked at the entire occurrence of this. And he was indeed watching a Franklin that was actually an Natal spur fowl, but he's still looking at it. It's a little bit too far out of his reach, just in the road up ahead. It hasn't yet shouted at him, not once. That's a Natal spur fowl there with the orange legs and the orange beak. He wouldn't mind a crested Franklin or an Natal spur fowl. Either way, he'll snack down on them. There's the male with the spurs on the back of the leg. Larissa, very good question. I mean, he's definitely bulking out. He's definitely bulking out. I was a bit confused initially seeing him, because he doesn't have the neck yet. He doesn't quite have the dewlap yet of a big male. But Tristan is right in his statement about his shoulders starting to fill out. You can kind of see that a bit in the side of him. But he doesn't quite have the necessary size, I don't think, to challenge another male. But then you never know. Well, he is the son of the Duke, so he's still got some growing to do. What is he? He was only 2 in February, so he's still got some time. Still got some time. I think by the time he turns 3, a little bit older than 3, he'll be in a very good size and condition to be challenging. I think at the moment he's still a nomadic leopard, moving through, trying not to inconvenience anyone. Maybe found himself in a little bit of trouble down in the south or in the west, down in the Arethusa's and Singita areas. Bigger males maybe not tolerating his very playful, peaceful nature. So he decided instead to come back up towards the zen-like behavior of his aging father, who seemed to always quite enjoy his son's appearance or presence, although he might not have always shown it. There was never any, well, too much aggression anyway. Beautiful, beautiful chief. Just going to move up a little bit on the side here so we can get a look at his face, because, you know, he's a very well photographed man. Oh, he's looked at us now. And that's exactly what Tristan spoke about. He likes to move as soon as the car starts. So we're going to switch off again and see what it is he's up to. He's still got his eyes on that spur fowl. It still hasn't given the characteristic shout. So I've always regarded spur fowls and Franklins to be quite reliable indicators of a leopard. Now you can see the neck. It doesn't quite have the dewlap. And it was for that reason I didn't think of him as a big male, and immediately went with a female sort of thought. So well done on that, Seb. There's some Franklins shouting in the distance, but they're not looking at him. Yes, well, he is beautiful, and you're all commenting how happy you are. You heard in Tristan's voice, you saw in his face when we scanned over to him while he was still in his private drive. You saw that face. And I've no doubt there was "how cool is this" in one of his sentences. Indeed. Hosana, the little chief, where are you going to go to? Carol, yes, he's definitely a sub-adult. He's past the juvenile stage. I mean, he's over 2, so he's completely independent of his parents, of his mother. And he was actually from the age of around 1. But 2 years is definitely a sub-adult nomadic male leopard. They start moving around, avoiding confrontation with other males, trying to... Ooh, is he still busy stalking? He's definitely got fowl on the mind this evening. See how gently he puts his feet down. Very deliberate in his movements. What are you going to feed on this evening, little chief? Doesn't seem to be looking at anything anymore. But so yes, sub-adult definitely until 3, 3.5, maybe 4 becomes an adult, about there, maybe even 3.5, depending on the sort of the size and the genetics. Okay, we're going to move up a little bit there. We don't lose him. Already lost 1 leopard today. I think we quite made up for that though, don't you? Okay, well, we're going to keep up with the little chief. The road bends around here nicely, but it seems like Ralph has found some hippopotamuses out of the water. There's Seb. Just going to move over, sorry. Just moving right over onto the side. What a fantastic afternoon it has been, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about my head in the road there, but he is moving. I don't know what he's going to do this evening, but the evening will continue as it does, and Xisana will come. He will go. We'll be heading on home soon. It has been one of those very interesting afternoons where Seb and I have really enjoyed ourselves. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you, Hosana, and for all of those having a birthday today, for bringing him to us. Tundi obviously was involved, on foot with elephants. James, Tristan and Ralph, thank you. And to everyone else, have a beautiful evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Have a beautiful night.